Oh no. I guess it's that time at last for Hideyoshi to take on Motochika. And we all know how this went down in the anime, as I've said before. The most infamous scene we got with Hideyoshi punching the sea and winning. So, just to provide some additional context for that. So, basically, in the anime's continuity, Motochika has this unstoppable arc, this fortress, the sea fortress called Fugaku, and Hideyoshi tries to attack it using his land forces because he doesn't have a navy. So, as a result, how does he think he can fight a sea battle with land troops? Get rid of the sea. He punches the sea so hard that all the water flies up into the air, and he's able to rush the boat with his land troops and defeat Motochika before the water even returns. In one of the most over-the-top scenes in anime history, outside of something like a Dragon Ball series or Gurren Lagann. So, and one of my favorite episodes by far, the dub actors do a commentary on that. Patrick Seitz and the guy that does Toshie, who is the dub director for the Basara anime series. So, anyway, back to the game. So, unfortunately, we cannot have a ridiculous sea battle. Well, that would be pretty cool to actually have, to be fighting on a dry seabed in this level, but fortunately, we're going to have a stage very similar to that of Motochika's stage in the first game. So, I'm going to be using a slightly different setup for Hideyoshi in this battle, which is actually a lot of fun. So, he does have this tornado spin attack, which is absolutely just hilariously awesome. And I'm using his ground pound quite a bit as well. So it's a very powerful move, as you can see. And he also, after he not only does he pick up a guy and beat other guys with it, but then he throws that guy like a bowling ball into oncoming enemies, and it's just ridiculous. Hideyoshi is so strong in this game and in the story altogether. So I guess they base these characters' ridiculous levels of strength based on how influential and how much conquering they actually did back in their time in history, although it's almost like an over-exaggerated parody of real history. Like, can you imagine if we had such a thing like this in the U.S. or other countries for our historical figures? Like, it would just be ridiculous, but Japan is all for it. Like, this is not just some obscure niche thing that we like because we don't understand their culture. This is Japan being completely in on this. They are all for this almost borderline satire, and that's how they, and again, not that this is the only adaptation of the Sengoku era, there's been plenty, and there will probably be plenty more, but this is one that people like. I mean, it has a much larger following in Japan than it does in America, obviously. And most of the active fan base has been, oh man, that was so awesome. You can keep spamming the triangle button too when you do that in order to keep it going longer and not just throw the guy. Problem is finding a vulnerable enemy to pick up to be able to use it. But anyway, so while trying to network this game a little bit, I was looking for active groups in the Basara fandom to try to share it into, and it's really disappointing how inactive the Basara fan base is right now, whether it be an English-speaking group or a non-English-speaking group. And I have a feeling if I were to try to network this game into a Japanese-speaking group as an English-speaking Let's Player playing the Japanese versions of the game, I just don't think that would go over very well. I think that's kind of, sacrilegious almost. But I'm allowed, so I'm going to have fun with it because I love these games. So, another thing I'll go ahead and cover during this video is a couple of other Warriors games have come out recently. So as you guys know, I've been knee-deep in Fate Extella. That Let's Play is pretty close to its end. I'm more than halfway through, and I have a couple more campaigns to go. It's going to be much longer than the Basara ones, only because I'm showing everything regarding the story, and playing as maybe 6 or 7 different characters, like quite a few different characters compared to Basara, where you can only do 5. Basara 2 Heroes is ready to go as soon as this one is over. And then the Berserk Band of the Hawk game has finally come out, so I've been playing that a little bit and having quite a bit of fun with it. So definitely that's going to be a potential Let's Play. But one thing's for sure is that all the Koei Tecmo Warriors games are just really... they make so many of them, but really they are pretty much copy and paste from each other. There's only a few distinct differences, but even like the interface and how the battles sort of fade in when you load them up and things like that, and using the horse gameplay, there's certain things I don't like about them. So having the variety to mix things up between Basara and Extella and these Koei Tecmo games is important. So I couldn't play all Koei Tecmo games back to back to back to back because like between the Attack on Titan game, Arslan, and Berserk, they just get so repetitive to play them back to back like that. Alright, so Motochika is going to attempt to put up a fight, but we'll tell him how much he lacks strength. So, he also has this weird tank cannon thing behind us, which again is another one of Motochika's ridiculous contraptions, which he seems to have quite a few of in the game continuity. If you think this is bad, just wait till we get to Basara 4 with Motochika. It's absolutely ridiculous. His stage is pretty fantastic in Basara 4, though. Oh, it sucks to be you. It's kind of similar to what happened to him in the anime, where Hideyoshi did knock him straight up into the air, so like several hundred feet, and then just like pile drived him down. And it was pretty brutal, but obviously because this is anime, he survived anyway. So Motochika himself is already pretty low on health. The tank thing is pretty low as well. I don't know if I should be able to destroy that before we defeat him. I think he has like another phase where he jumps on top of it and shoots at us with the cannon. But he won't have the luxury of doing that now that we've destroyed it. Yeah, it kind of sucks to be you. It kind of sucks to be anybody that Hideyoshi is fighting, honestly. Not sure what the other secondary move is that I used. I really barely even noticed it just because I was using that spin attack so much. You can see Hideyoshi's hands like quivering there as he clenches his fists. It's pretty cool.